What if I told you that a single bedtime yawn could change the skeletal structure of one man forever?
It was our senior year of college. Ian and I went out to celebrate my 22nd birthday. Everyone else called it quits early. Things got a little toasty at the Ricks, as they always do, and then we went home around 2:30. What happened after that? I was the only witness.
Yeah, I remember being out that night. I was hanging out with one of my female friends, and I didn't make it out to the bar with the guys.
I was out of town that weekend at a career fair. In hindsight, I couldn't have picked a worse time to leave East Lansing. He needed me.
Ian went upstairs. He took off his flannel shirt that he always wore. He yawned. He was tired. It was late. And it popped.
And, Sherman tried drinking water, and it just fell out of his mouth like a newborn with no motor skills. It was embarrassing.
He came downstairs into my room. I was half asleep and wasted. I said, Ian, get the fuck out of my room.
2:30 in the morning, and I get a FaceTime call from Ian. He could barely speak. After a minute of him trying to speak, I hung up on him. Ain't no one got time for that shit.
Facebook chat pops up. It's from Ian. He told me it was an emergency, he needed help. And I agreed to help him, but I didn't quite make it.
He couldn't call me because my mom was in town. Well, actually, he couldn't call anyone really because his jaw was stuck open.
Not unlike most nights, I feared for Ian's safety. He is so tiny and fragile.
I remember finishing up with my friend, and I was walking back to the 404. And as soon as I got on the grass, it was like a puppy dog with, waiting for his master. Sherman just busts out of the house, right? And you've seen the highlights. Sherman's not very fast, but he comes sprinting out, and he's mumbling something like blah, 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 blah. And I finally made out Sparrow. And I was like, you want me to drive you to Sparrow Hospital? Is that what you want? Like, blink twice if that's what you want. I couldn't understand him. So I said, Sherman, I've been drinking tonight. I was like, there's no way that I'm taking my car and driving you to Sparrow Hospital. But I volunteered to drive his car. And if you thought drunk Sherman was funny, you should see Painkiller Sherman. It was epic. So in this little hospital room, it's me, Ian, and like 14 doctors, nurses, residents. Everyone's gathered around to see the spectacle, right? Look at the kid with lockjaw. So the doctor wraps his hands in gauze. He stands over Sherman on the bed. He's ripping down on his jaw, right? I mean, forcefully. Like, I thought he was gonna rip his face off. And everybody's like cringing and watching, and like, it's unbelievable. And it didn't work. So an hour later, another doctor comes in, right? Like, they brought in the specialist. And this guy, instead of going down, goes side to side. Magic, right? It just popped back in. Everybody's clapping. It was big hurrah. Sherman starts to speak. He's regaining consciousness. He says, thank you. Locks again. Doctor looks at me and says, hey, if this happens at home, you gotta fix it. You come over here and do it. I said, give me a break. I was like, if he gets lockjaw again, I'm bringing him right back fucking here.
Yeah, we stopped dating shortly thereafter. His jaw was just too deformed.
Oh, you're good.
Honestly, if it got Sherman and Joelle to break up, I don't know how anyone could view this as anything but a positive.